Hello everyone, welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we have Depth Hunter, a fucking spearfishing game. There's also a photo, you can take photos and there's treasure hunting, but it is, for all intents and purposes, a spearfishing game. Made by the company ByArt, European company I've never heard of. And yeah. There's not really this isn't coming out on Steam yet as far as I know, and I don't think it's out on Gamersgate. It is on Desura, and it's also available on the developer's website. It's currently $20, however it is on sale on Desura for $14, and there's a demo available on both. So we'll just jump right in then. Yeah, it's a spearfishing game. I kind of don't know what else to say. Let's do a new game, because I'm actually kind of stuck in my game because this game's hard. Basically what you're doing is you are going to, there's 3 levels: South Africa, Thailand, and something else we'll check quickly before the end. And you're catching fish. The campaign mode actually gives you missions, so in this mission is just catch 2 fish of any type, which is a good way for me to show you how basically the game works. It controls like a first-person shooter essentially. You know, right click to zoom in, left click to shoot. There's that little bit of reload time there. You're moving with WASD, and then you got boost on the spacebar. You have limited oxygen, so you got to return to the surface now and then to refill. And the whole goal is catch fish. And catching fish is not as simply as easily spearing them, so we're just gonna. You gotta. The basic way to do it, you gotta spear them and you gotta pull in. It's easiest if you get as close to the fish as humanly possible before spearing them. If you spear them from a while away, anything farther than like 8 meters, it is almost impossible during the main, because they will pull, and when they pull, you gotta kind of loosen at least you gotta loosen the line or it'll snap, and then when you by loosening the line, they get it so far that there's not enough line left to bring them back, and it's a pain. Above the water doesn't look as nice as below the water does. Below the water looks really nice. I think this game has a very nice look to it. It's also very just relaxing, just sounds of the ocean. I feel like I'm Jacques Cousteau, just with a spear gun. I go to spear the little fishes. I want them in my belly. They're also very sensitive. So that might be my mouse. I'm actually gonna try turning down my mouse sensitivity. That helped. That helped quite a bit. We're gonna. So maybe don't use a gaming mouse for this. Though to be fair, you don't have to, because this game actually supports a lot of motion controllers. It supports the, I know for a fact it supports the Razer Hydra motion controller. I don't have one, but it says on the page. It says it also supports the PlayStation Move, I guess if you connect it to your PC. And I know they're currently, I think they've essentially developed it for Xbox 360 and PS3 as well. They're just looking for a publisher right now for the game. They don't have one for the PS3, Xbox 360 right now. When they do, I'm sure they will release it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a PSN XBLA title in that scenario. They also technically don't have a retail publisher for North America. So as you can see, he's pulling against me and it's slacking up the line. And then when he's actually swimming on an angle like that, that's when you want to kind of loosen the line. But as you can see, by loosening it, you lose so much that it's almost impossible to turn back. So you just want to, it's like not even worth it. I just pressed R to release in that scenario so you can get the, so you don't have to reload. As you can see, I got a little bit of points, just not even for catching that fish, but just for essentially battling with it. There's also, let's see if I can remember how to get into camera mode. One of these buttons is camera mode. Is it tab? No, that's my objective. There's also a camera mode. I don't remember how to get into it. Oh, there's camera mode, which you can take pictures of the fishies. I'll go take a picture of that fishy. I took a picture of that fishy. Come back here, fishy. There's treasures as well. I haven't really seen any of that stuff, but apparently it exists. And you'll see cool stuff on the floor. I know there's a shipwreck around here somewhere. The one problem I kind of have with underwater games like this is, the second, like, it's hard enough to find something in a big open space. It's even harder when you have 3D movement of that big open space. So, for example, this first mission is just catch 2 fish, and that's easy enough because there's fish fucking everywhere. But soon enough, it's going to be missions to catch specific fish. And that's not always easy. The first mission is like just, I think it's 2 round grouper and 2 surgeon fish, which you'll figure it out, not too hard to do. It's the, but then at one point it asks you to catch a specific fish that's hanging up by a shipwreck. Now, the marker, as you can see here, it's leading up to my boat, I think, right now. Yeah, it's leading up to my boat right now. Leads to the shipwreck, and it's easy enough to follow. However, once you get to the shipwreck and you try to catch that fish, and you say, I don't know, fuck up capturing that fish, as you probably will, because, hey, it's kind of hard, then it's not as easy to follow that marker, because the marker just sits there on the shipwreck, while that fish, who you scared away, will go wander the rest of this area, and you have no real way to find them, because as you can see, this area is massive, and even the big fishes can be hard to find when they're far away. There's a bit of a delay on firing the gun, so sometimes it can be hard to catch stuff. You really gotta grind that mouse wheel if you're playing with the mouse. I was not able to play it with motion controllers. I would probably recommend it with motion controllers, even just for the novelty of it. I like how they've taken the time to render seagulls and stuff up here. Just, you know, see up here. I do think it's silly you have to surface for water, because realistically, I mean, scuba tanks don't work like that, and there's no way you'd be able to hold your breath for this long, so how the hell is this guy staying underwater? So, you'll notice a lot of fish look alike. The difference between a brown grouper and, say, that thing, if you could see it with all the light bloom, aren't very specific, so you're going to end up looking for details like the shape of tail fins. Like, you can tell that one that kind of looks like it might be the brown grouper is not, because of tail fin. Obviously, it's also not that brown, but that can be hard to tell when you're in the, now, that, if I'm not mistaken, is a red snapper. Yeah. The, pectoral fins, I think is the name of it, are all wrong. I remember oh so little of biology. Despite the fact I took biology 11 and 12, I remember oh so little of biology. That looks like that might be brown grouper. Nope, tail's all wrong. Is that a... Nope, not a surgeon fish. And there'll be a lot of that, just like, is that it? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Also, isn't it kind of weird that this is the first sports game we've ever reviewed? Well, reviewed, is looked at, covered. This isn't really a review of sorts. I'm not going to finish this game and give a full-on review of this, because I am A, really poor at it, and B, it's awesome in this really weird way, but not in a way that makes me want to finish playing it. If that makes any sense. No, you're not one either. Yeah, brown grouper. Yeah, fishy. Is that one? That looks like that might be one. Yeah, that's one. Okay. Wait for him to slow down, and we'll sneak up on him. Yeah, as you can see, he's far too far away from me. Oh, Go, man, go! Yeah! And that's essentially how you play this game. You stalk around for 20 minutes trying to find the fish you're looking for. Then you hit it with, then you do your best to make sure you don't fuck up hitting it with the spear gun. And then you grind on the mouse wheel like there's, like, you know, like your life depends on it. There's 4 years of pay just hanging out under the mouse wheel and you just gotta grind it out of there. Going on. Again, I really think this game looks amazing. It looks really nice. Especially for 20 bucks. There's some pretty nice texture work. I like a lot of the geometry down here. I like that they've taken the time to put a bunch of fish that you can't catch around for whatever reason, like the little fish that are just impossible to hit, or this big manta ray that you're not allowed to shoot because he's endangered, I guess. That's a certain fish. Oh, damn it, get back here, you. Yeah, trying to outswim a fish, probably not my greatest plan. This music's so just ambient. Chill. Big manta ray! It won't even let you shoot. You can try all you want, but it won't even let you shoot him. Okay. Nope. Let's catch you. Let's catch you anyways, though. Get back here, you. Yeah, it's really easy to screw up that shot. No, we need air. I like that reflection as you swim up, that you can kind of see yourself in the top side of the water. I think that's kind of awesome and crazy. I will say, I think it's a little silly these fish can swim away as well as they do after being speared. I mean, a fishing hook is one thing. With a fishing hook, you know, it's an impromptu face piercing, which, yes, I'm sure hurts. But it's reasonable for a fish to survive after that. Being impaled, however, being run through, that's a different story entirely. I don't think I would, you know, be able to pull hard enough to shrug off a full-grown man, shrug off a full-grown human after being run through by a large stake of what looks like probably metal or wood. Just, you know, that's not something you're just going to shrug off. The blood loss, the screwing up with just the muscles it's interacting with, you're not just going to shrug that off. You can't just swim away from that, and yet these fish have no problem. Is that how it really works? I don't know. I've never been spearfishing because it seems insanely opulent and not the way to fish. But, you know, whatever. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing. That doesn't seem like the fish should just be able to shrug that shit off and go back swimming. It doesn't feel like there should be failed attempts after you've hit it. But again, I would not know. Oh, come back here, you little fucker. I'm gonna hit you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, it's so sensitive. Even on the lowest even on my mouse's lowest sensitivity settings, it's still super sensitive. So yeah, this is a game all about patience. Ridiculous, overwhelming patience. Yeah, the only real strategy of this game is just getting as close to the fish as humanly possible before firing. Other than that, it's just grind on the mouse wheel. Alright. Again, that's not how scuba tanks work. You can't just surface momentarily and then boosh, all your water is back. Alright, I'm determined to catch a certain fish. Just one! Just one. Before I stop this video. Oh, there's one over there. There's no way I'll catch it. I just want one surgeon fish. Is that a surgeon fish? No, that's not a surgeon fish. I really am curious how this game would play with a motion controller. It seems like it would be uniquely suited for it. Though, at the same time, it also feels like this could probably work pretty well with that Sega Bass Fishing controller for the Dreamcast. which, don't get me wrong, that game is awesome by its own rights, but I think it'd be hilarious if they found a way to make that shit work. There's also just, there's such a, it's like kind of on a delay, but it also just, feels like it takes a while for the spear to get there, which makes sense. I mean, it's not a gun. It's not going to be as nigh instantaneous as a gunshot would, but still, the amount of time it can take for your spear to get there makes, you gotta plan those shots so carefully. Also, this game is really hard to play while talking. I'm trying to focus on making this somewhat entertaining, but it's brooding my gameplay. Alright. That's the end of that. Let's go back to the menu. See what else there is. There's a free mode, which is just Bahamas is the other place. Free mode where you can just kind of fish around. You gotta unlock this stuff in the campaign mode though. There's apparently a total of 25 tasks. So those tasks would be those things, you know, each of those things I was doing. See my photo albums? My fishies. I can make it my wallpaper. I assume there's probably a folder somewhere where I can export these. If you are so inclined. I think helping options are boring. And library. So you want to know about fish? All the fish that are in this game. This game has got you covered. You want to know about tuna? Fucking tuna. You want to know about tiger sharks? Here's a tiger shark. Moray eels, moray eels. How about mahi-mahi? I didn't even know. I thought that was just a dish. Turns out it's totally this ray-finned fish found in the offshore temperate, tropical, and subtropical waters worldwide. Mahi-mahi means very strong Hawaiian. There you go. Also, fun fact, Kamehameha is not just something from Dragon Ball Z, but one of the kings of Hawaii, who actually united all the islands, if I'm not mistaken. Not a lot of people know that. Which I think is sad, because I think that's way cooler than just being something stupid somebody on Dragon Ball says. Mako sharks. I bet the game gets really interesting when those things come into play. It's kind of a little too bad the game starts in South Africa with nothing happening. That's not super entertaining. It's relaxing and I love it, but it's not super entertaining. Barracudas. Alright, enough of looking at this. That's Halfbeard's HUD. This is Depth Hunter. Again, available on Desura and the company's webpage. The company game is named Biart, B-I-A-R-T. $20. Yeah. Excuse me, I was trying to hold that back to the end of the video, but I guess it didn't happen. Anyways, that's Depth Hunter. And we're Halfbeard's HUD, and we're out.